Alright, hi, we back again, man. Know what I mean? We dropped our last interview back in December when you did your 52 mixtape.
Yeah.
Man, you was basically letting people know you was back from Atlanta and a whole bunch of stuff. Talked about the murder mook battle, the whole situation.
Yeah.
So tell people what's the feedback from that interview from your perspective, like?
From my perspective, I ain't gonna lie, I look at all that shit. I look at the comments, I look at what niggas talk to me on IG, I look at what people say to me when they see me, and a lot of people seen it, a lot of people recognize it, a lot of people understood what I was talking about. That's the main thing I look for when I look at interviews, and my interviews alone, I try to make sure people understand what I'm talking about. Like, I don't try to make sure they ain't going over nobody's head, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
Alright.
So the comments was coming in good, everything was coming in straight. Nobody was saying nothing hateful. Everybody was saying, damn, he makes sense. I understand what main man talking about, like, and that shit feel good. Like, not even on some shit like, damn, y'all believe what I'm talking about, but you can understand my plight. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can understand what I'm talking about, and it makes sense to you. Like, and that makes me comfortable with talking.
Word. So after we did that interview, know what I mean, moving forward to now, we've been doing interviews talking about the headshots versus Touch Money Top Class.
Yeah, I've been watching them Jones.
Right. So yeah, so we want you to tell your side of the situation, being as though you was around, even though you wasn't like an official Touch Money member per se, but you was like affiliated. So give people the background on that, like how you became a part of that situation, and then speak on how the whole beef came together from your perspective.
From my end, it started off with me, like with my vision. I was on Chance, like I had my own little set situation, called C4 CBN. This is like an in school West Philly High stuff. It was me, my man Riz in the booth. Shout out to Reese Man Cacklet. A couple other people here and there. You know what I'm saying? Free Mill was in it. A couple other people here and there. Like, but we had our own situation. So they had the battles at Sneaker Villa. They had the battles in front of the hut, and I used to be the one to go down there. Nobody else wanted to really rock with it. So Reese always, shout out to Reese Man Cacklet too. Reese always gassed me up to battle every given second. Like, me and him battled in school, and ever since that day we just was close as hell. So this nigga, anything that came up, if I ain't know about it, this nigga was at my door. Yo, we gotta go. Where we going? They doing a battle down here. Yo, they doing this. Yo, they doing that. They doing a cypher. Yo, you gotta get in it. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of credit Reese because he kept me on my grind, like in the beginning. Like, so what happened was we ended up going to the Sneaker Villa battle, and when we did it, this when I finally started to meet most of them, because I knew them from the hood. Like, I knew of them, like, here and there, like, seeing them, but I didn't know their names. I really didn't, like, we didn't really cross paths. Like, the north side of Market and the south side of Market is kind of like two different worlds, even though the train track the only thing separating us. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not really like a person that came to our side, we don't really know you like that. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like I really heard about them too much, but I knew who they was once I got to the battle. You know what I'm saying? So once I got to the battle, I started battling most of them. That's when I battled Boom. I battled Bees. Shout out Bees. I battled a couple of them, and we just kept running into each other because they was doing it like every week into a pattern, a tournament. And I would run into them every week, and they would see me demolish every week. So we just started building that rapport every week, because then we started battling again after the fact. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, after one of the battles, like towards the end, I think Boom pulled me to the side and was like, yeah, yo, come to the hut, or whatever case may be. Him and Nah was like, come to the hut. So I came to the hut, we started busting it up, and that exact same day from us saying come to the hut, I think they was going to Top Class. So they're like, yo, we about to shoot up to the studio. And I'm like, all right, well, I ain't gonna go chill on the block. At the time, I wasn't hustling. All my other niggas was hustling. So they like, all right, we going back to the block. So I'm like, all right, y'all go back to the block. I'm about to go down there. So I end up going to Top Class by myself, linking in. Once I started linking in and seeing shit, I pulled in, started busting it up with Nah. And once I started busting it up with Nah, that's when I got introduced to everybody else. Like, Reed then came. That's when NH came. But no, I met NH in the battles too, but I didn't really battle NH. But he was in there, Rain Man, Eddie Morris, all of them. And me, Rain Man, Eddie Morris, and OG kind of took to each other immediately, because we started, like, I was a person that could have conversations. So we was having like crazy conversations to where we kind of took to each other real fast. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I kind of got introduced to the whole Touch Money thing. And when that situation happened, we were supposed to they asked me like, what you got going on for yourself? And at that time, like I said, I had my own little clique going on. Like I had my own little situation, and I never wanted to be the jump ship type of nigga. So I knew my niggas wasn't gonna come along. Cause I tried to do that whole merging joint. So I'm like, okay, listen, we might as well just merge this whole thing together and make it happen. I see a beneficial situation for both of us. You feel what I'm saying? Two sides of West, we might as well just make it one whole West Philly instead of separating it. So like my niggas wasn't really with it. So I'm like, okay, well, by that time, me and them was kind of like, we wasn't really feeling each other in the situations of us making music. I already was on a path of making my own project anyway. You feel what I'm saying? So, but with that being said, I kind of like, all right, well, I just let them know, like, listen, well, I'm be fucking with these niggas, and we gonna be doing this, but this is what it is. You feel what I'm saying? So whenever y'all want to catch up, we catch up and we take it from there. I always gave my niggas the option to actually keep up and come up with me. You feel what I'm saying? So, my fault. I'm taking water here and there.
Word. So let me just pause you right there anyway.
Yeah.
So you had, I ain't know this because you ain't told me this last time that you had battled Kaboom before. I don't even remember that.
I battled Boom like twice.
Right. And then you told me you battled Bricks before too.
Yeah.
So you battled.
That came after the Sneakerville battle.
Okay. So you battled.
That came after.
So you said Bricks wasn't a part of Touch Money at the time you battled him.
No, I'm sorry. I jumped over that part. I apologize. I battled Bricks before the Sneakerville battles. The way I battled Bricks was my homie Moose. That shout out to Moose too. My homie Moose, he come around the way a lot, and Moose always talk shit like he'll be like, yo, this joint hot. I've been with this joint, but you ain't fucking with my young boy though. But Moose is the type of nigga like to draw controversy. That's just what he does. He can like something and he's still just gonna draw controversy. So he like, man, you ain't fucking with my young boy. My young boy not fucking with you, whatever. So I'm like, what? All right, well, bring your man around here. This is when I was on go with like everything. So I'm like, all right, well, bring him around here. And I never heard of Bricks at this time. Like he was just like, so when he came in, I see this little like light bright nigga with braces, like not light bright, but you know he kind of like brown skin, like braces and little fro. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna run through him. Like off the rip, that's what I said. So once he started rapping, I'm like, oh, all right. So we start going again. So I'm thinking like, all right, he gonna lose wind for a minute. Me and Bricks battle for like 2 hours. 2 hours. Then after that, we end up stopping the battle just because somebody else was like, no, bring it here. And we end up going to the hut and battling for like another 2 rounds after that already 2 hours that we done did. You know what I'm saying? So Bricks wasn't around for like the Sneakerville battles though. I don't think he indulged, and I think he just came around. I don't really think he went in them. You know what I'm saying? So that's when it started falling back in, and that's when again I seen Bricks inside the Top Class studio when I started going in there. So that's when I'm like, oh, all right, they must be fucking with him too. And then like I said, that's when me and Bricks started building a crazy rapport over that, because we already had that battle. And again, Touch Money was kind of like separated. It was like certain niggas over here was cool, certain niggas over here was like more, like I would say more cool with certain niggas over here. You know what I'm saying? So like everybody was straight. It's just that niggas had their groups. You know what I'm saying? That they was fucking with. And at the time, Bricks, Poop Papers, Stunt Woods, Scorp the Boy, M.I, like those was my niggas, like my niggas. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and then it came Boom and H and Caution and everybody else, and Molly Franks and everybody else that came in. Don't get me wrong, those were my niggas too at the time. But like those were like the closest ones I fuck with, you for certain reasons. You feel what I'm saying?
Alright, so that was the formation of Touch Money from your perspective, how you got involved in it.
It all came at like a spur of the moment. Like it really wasn't like with them niggas. It probably was like, all right, we gonna do this. With me, it was kind of like we just was around so much, and the perception came. So it was like, all right, we just gonna run with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that kind of faulted. It all started from. It started more from Touch Money Volume 1. Touch Money Volume 1 when we were sitting in the hut, and now I was like, yo, we doing a CD, Touch Money Volume 1, He's like, I know you got your own situation, but my fault, yo. I know you got your own situation, but listen, we putting you on this joint. You know what I'm saying? Like, you with us. Like, I don't give a fuck what you say. Like, you associated with us, whatever it is, you with us. Like, you know what I'm saying? So with me and now, we had that kind of rapport, like, he can do that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, man, honey, he said, give me some songs. It's on there. We gonna take the pictures, the photo shoot. I gave him the songs. We took the photo shoot. I think he put Listen Clear on there. And then after that, like I said, he used to always call me for like the DVDs that came up And that's when I started linking in with like Frankie with the Grippers going and everybody else from there, from the upfront. You feel what I'm saying?
Right. So because I remember you told me before that I don't know if it happened before that or after that Bob and Bam had hollered at you.
That was after. This was after. Bob and Bam hollered at me like after the fact. Shout out to Bob and Bam too.
All right, well,
that was like
go ahead, give them the rundown of that.
The thing with me, Bob and Bam, I met them like later on through all like the headshot battles. By the time I met Bob and Bam, it was kind of like when Headshot 1 first came out, when I was just hearing who Joey Jihad was, who Meek was running with, like that, because I knew Meek. I heard about Meek through my man Reek. Shout out Reek, South Philly. I heard about Meek through Reek in South Philly, and me and him was on a DVD that we had. It was a Chance the City DVD where me and Meek was primarily like the main motherfuckers on the DVD, and that's where that comparison started from, because like everybody else was on the DVD, but it was like me and him were like 13 Jones a piece, so they just kept comparing us too. You know what I'm saying? Due to like whatever that and the styles, whatever case may be. But Bob and Bam, we started getting closer and closer when I started going to the headshot parties and all that. Like a lot of people from that side, from the Touch Money wave and all that, they didn't want to come out. They didn't want to come to the parties. They wasn't really with the parties. I don't know if they was dabbling North, but I was in North all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like I was in North Philly, South Philly, Northeast, especially when the beef happened. Like I'm kind of hard-headed, so.
Oh, we gonna get to that.
All right, we gonna slow
yeah. So at what point? Yeah. So at what point that Bob and them holler at you?
It was like we end up going to like a cipher. We end up going to like a cipher at. I want to say it was something down north. Like it wasn't too far from Erie Avenue. It was just like a little area down Erie Avenue, and this was like after It's Getting Hot Out 1. Oh, was it? Was it after It's Getting Hot Out 1? I think it was after It's Getting Hot Out 1. Like right after It's Getting Hot Out 1, and after, it was before the Joey Jihad this. But it was after It's Getting Hot Out 1 and all that. And by that time, Bob kind of seen what I can do. You feel what I'm saying? Like I never told him that I was putting this stuff out myself, because at that time, that's kind of how I got out with my situation, and not to overskip, but I had a conversation with OG to put out my project, and niggas wasn't trying to put the project out for whatever, only on the fact of I came in on the back end, not because niggas didn't believe in my situation. It's just that it was too many niggas in front of me. So in order for me to have my project out, I think Rain, Eddie, and Reed was about to do a collective project. Then Boom and H had to do a project. Then they couldn't skip over Bricks and Pooh Papers because they was there before me. You know what I'm saying? So and then they had the Frankie project, and it was stuff that they was like currently working on. So OG was kind of on the type like, "How we gonna do a project with you, but you gotta wait it out right now because we got a lot of stuff that already was in the works before you came." You feel what I'm saying? So when I took that, I'm like, all right, well, I just do it myself. Like I ain't taking on some like, well, fuck y'all niggas. No, I was just taking on some, all right, well, I kind of got the what's going on. Like I know how to, like I paid attention to my man Feast all the time. Shout out to Feast. Him and Los, I used to be near the stands all day. You feel what I'm saying? So I used to see two off of the streets bringing their DVDs, and I used to wait for them to get their how to be an MC so I could do my stuff. So I used to be at the stands like 6 hours in a day. So I knew how to push the project out. So now it's like I just gotta record it myself now. You feel what I'm saying? So what I would do was, I had my own money. I always had a job. I had a job since like 13, 14. The whole time I was going through like, well, not the whole time, but the majority of the time that I was popping on the DVD scene, and niggas was like, you should be where you at. You feel what I'm saying? I had a job. You feel what I'm saying? I was like one of the only niggas out here working. I wasn't trapping. I ain't never sell a drug a day in my life. I was out here working and shit. So I used my money from the job when it got studio time, and whatever I couldn't balance out with the studio time, because I still had to eat and all that. I wasn't getting that much bread. You know what I'm saying? By that time, niggas started grabbing features off me, so that was a big debate off that situation, because niggas felt that I should be charging more off my features. So they like, all right, well, you should charge, like, you hot, like, nigga, you young hot, look at hot, nigga, you should be charging like 400, 500 a feature, like, niggas gonna pay that. Nigga, you know where the fuck we at, bro? Like, we in a hood. Niggas got shit to pay for. Niggas is not eating out here. So I always looked at it like, why charge one nigga 400, 500? And I probably get like one feature every 3 months or one feature every 4 months, when I can go ahead and be like, yo, give me 150, give me a bean, give me 2. You know what I'm saying? And I'm racking up damn near 10 features. Like I remember one time I cleared like 15 features in like 5 days. You get what I'm saying? So I'm getting, while you sitting there waiting, I'm making more money off of you just off that. You feel what I'm saying? And with that being said, that's how I ran my project, and I was able to print my project out myself and grab all my shit myself. So OG seen me do that, and I started bumping into Bob and Bam and them again while I was running my projects out. You feel what I'm saying? So they seen me working my projects. Then when I seen them then that brings us to when I seen them that night. It was me and Reese Man Cackalack, and we was leaving out the cypher. And when we was leaving out the cypher, a nigga walked up and was like, he said something to me, and Cat was like, man, do we got time for this shit? And I'm like, man, fuck it. Like, I just, like, it was one of them times I just love rapping. So I'm like, man, fuck it, we could battle real quick. I give you 3 rounds. You feel what I'm saying? And it was just off somebody talking shit. So we start battling or whatever case may be, and the rounds got cut short because Bob and Bam walked up. We started talking like business. So I'm like, I shook Boy hand, shook my hand, whatever, and I started talking to Bob and Bam. And that's when Bob was like, yeah, yo, I want you over here, headshots, like whatever case it may be. I want you over here. This is before the turmoil started. This is before they actually had the, you know what I'm saying, the clash. So they're like, y'all want you over here, headshots. Like, we got the Bloodhounds, we got this, we got that, we got that. Like, I think you'll fit over here with us. Like, I'll put your project out. You ain't gotta run your projects yourself if you don't want to. Like, we can do a lot. We can do some business together. And at the time, it seemed smart. Like, it would have been a good idea because they was really like trying to fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? But at the time, it's like the way the city was, they wasn't beefing yet, but it was still like, nigga, this is the side. So if you went west and southwest, like, you gotta do Touch Money Top Class or just start your own clique, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just jump over there and like, I feel like you told me last time, and Nate said in one of his interviews, like, they felt like he switched on them when he came over here with us. You feel what I'm saying? So I denied the headshot joint with them, but only on the fact of that, like, it would have been good business, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, like, I can't sit there and go to headshots and then walk out on Chancellor Street and look at all my niggas with, you know what I'm saying, like, damn, I'm with they end, you know what I'm saying? So I'm doing all my business on that end. So that's kind of how it was. Like, the hood kind of wanted us to rock on that end, you know what I'm saying? So you had to claim your side.
Word, yeah. So at that time, yeah, the city was more on some geographical. So it still is to some degree. I mean, it got a little better, but it really is.
I'm gonna ask you a question, right? Not even an overjump. I'm gonna tell you how the city is still geographical. Look at everything that's going on now, right? And tell me if I'm wrong. I could be wrong. Maybe it could be me. Maybe I'm overseeing it. It is what it is. Look at everything that's happening right now, right? Don't get me wrong. Shout out to my niggas that I'm cool with in North. Shout out to the niggas I'm cool with in North. You mainly see North niggas and Uptown niggas do songs together. You rarely see the blend between the two. Name how many motherfuckers you seen me actually have features with from that side. You feel what I'm saying? Name motherfuckers you see from the west side actually with features from that side. Or southwest from features from that side. Everybody still run in a knit of their hood. You feel what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong, we see each other out in public and they be like, yo, what's up? We gotta link up. And there's still certain niggas that still blend. Like, I do got some songs with Hollow Man. I do got songs with Garcy here and there, like Garcy from a while back. Like, I still got songs with a couple niggas. But like I said, it's only a teeter few that's willing to do that mix. And usually them niggas that's willing to do that mix is niggas that spent time up on this end. Garcy and them came up to the west side for a little bit. So we was able to connect, you know what I'm saying? Look at how that is. The dynamics is still there. It's just not as aggressive or it's not as combative. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Alright, so now let's get to the actual headshots Touch Money Top Class situation. Cause you had definitely was around and you had even jumped on one of the DVDs when they was in the hut dissing headshots. So go ahead and let's get to it. I mean, how whole shit come together from your aspect.
That view,